Hello, everybody. Welcome to the listening show. Okay. I thought you stopped recording. We're good. Welcome to the listening show. Show you can listen to. Good news. Neither of us are ready, but that's okay. Here we go.
You told me to do this song shorter than
You're
usual.
supposed to listen. I was going to say, I'm glad you listened. I said the intro needs to be short, and you went, okay.
Yeah.
You did it. You're a good listener. Good job.
Yeah.
Zach wanted to talk about sports, but he's the one who said this. He doesn't want to talk about it, though. He said Shia LaBeouf movies. I just thought that's just a funny topic. And Yin, you said you don't know anything about Shia LaBeouf movies. I was like, sure you do. You showed me Eagle Eye. We've watched Transformers. Oh, there's another Disturbia. You showed me that one too. Mm-hmm. So you know Shia LaBeouf movies.
I do.
And you mentioned Fury. We've both seen that.
Yeah.
Okay, quick question. What's your favorite Shia LaBeouf movie? This is any movie that he's been in. It doesn't have to be.
I really like Fury as a movie. And I also really like Eagle Eye. The first Transformers by itself is objectively a pretty good movie, I think. It's corny, but it's Transformers.
I think Eagle Eye is my favorite one.
It's a good one.
I won't say it's the best one, but it's my favorite. It's unique. Mostly unique. I liked it. It wasn't like amazing, but it was good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, man.
That's what I think about most of his movies.
That's a tough one. What's my least favorite Shia LaBeouf movie? I don't know. I don't know a lot.
Yeah.
Like you. What are some other movies he's been in?
He's been in a lot of like B films, like indie movies.
Yeah. That's
I don't
what
know
was
anything
thinking.
about those.
Yeah. Don't know if I have a least favorite.
You know what I remember about this before we started this podcast is I remember saying I don't want to talk about Shia LaBeouf movies.
And I was like, he's gonna for a few minutes watch this.
So now we're gonna talk about sports.
That's it.
Guess what's going on in sports right now?
Chiefs are gonna win the Super Bowl again.
Let's hope. But right now what's going on is the Packers are playing against the Rams. And that's what I stopped.
Rams?
They used to be St. Louis, but they moved to Los Angeles.
Los Angeles is in
New York.
It's not in New York.
No, it's not.
Okay, let me think about this because I always get confused between California and Nevada. That'd be California.
Mm-hmm. I think the only loss in of the big losses, I think the only big loss in Nevada is Las Vegas.
I've made the mistake of saying Las Vegas, Carolina, and I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
All the losses I thought were in Colorado. There's one is not.
There's
a
one.
big one. Well, they're all big, but the Vegas gambling one, that is in Nevada.
I'm decently certain that Los Angeles is the biggest of the losses. The biggest loss that the country has.
If it's the biggest loss, isn't it the smallest?
What do you mean?
Because it's LOSS loss.
That'd be funny. That's funny.
It's a stupid joke.
I made a joke about big loss for the country, and you just took it. Yeah.
I see. Okay. We both kind of missed it, but then we came together in the end.
Yeah.
All right.
I've never been.
What the big news is that they're playing.
There's not any. I just, out of spite, I wanted to bring up sports and make you talk about it for a second.
Joke's on you because I was prepared for you to bring up the sports before I started. I'm like, whatever.
Yeah. We can talk about actual sports some other time, but you were like, I don't want to talk about sports because I don't know any of them. And I'm like, yeah, I get it. But I mean,
no, you weren't. You're like, we're going to talk about sports anyway.
Well, the way I see it, I would talk about plenty of things I don't know about too. I'm cold. That's why I have a blanket.
Oh, okay. Now everybody is like, all right, this is fine now. I was about to click off because I didn't know what. Oh, he's cold. I wouldn't have guessed.
I'm feeling better now. I could probably take it off and be fine, but now I think
too late. You have to commit.
Now I think it probably looks funny, and so I'm just gonna stick with it.
Like, it'd be funnier. I'm looking at the camera. It'd be funnier if you were like sunken in a little bit more, so your head looks completely detached, kind of like that. Because there you go. Because it's almost like an illusion of there being no body underneath when it's supported by the chair. So
yeah, if the microphone's in the way, but if I did this.
Like if only it went up over the chair, over your shoulders, and so you were completely nothing but a head. That'd be awesome if you could do that. I think you could, yeah. And then just let it fall like that. It'll look really good. I'd have to come over there and tuck you in.
Yeah, I need to be tucked.
It's so close. Keep trying. Yes, that's the comedic effect there. That looks like those are your shoulders now, but you're like just a head. Like move your head around like
Hey guys,
daintily.
I'm a podcast
That reminds
guy.
me of Bill Murray as the agent in the tree and Get Smart.
Yeah, you come back and see me. You come back and say hi.
I'm not really coming back this way.
I get it. Wants to talk to a guy in a tree.
Please don't cry. Don't start crying.
don't start crying.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I only saw that movie once, but I recently saw that clip on YouTube. That's what made me think of it.
You come back this way. The way he says that line always cracks me
What
up.
are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
How's life? I haven't talked to you in a long time. I'm excited about this weekend because of sports, but I'm not excited about it because our internet company turned everything off for no reason. I don't have internet at my house.
You know, no reason technically is a reason. That's why internet companies turn off the internet because they whatever they want.
Their reason is they don't have one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. So what happened is my roommate is moving at the end of this month, and he is being assertive.
Sure?
Yeah, he bought he bought a house. Yeah,
Yeah, but you said it might be like a couple months. You're saying for sure at the end of this month. That's 2 weeks.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure at the end of this month.
That's cool. But I should have maybe figured. I don't know. I saw some of the stuff of his got cleaned up or packed at your place.
Yeah.
I just assumed he was getting a head start. I didn't realize that meant it was that soon.
Probably. I think it is. I guess technically he hasn't said for sure, but I think
Yeah.
that's when he buys the house. But anyway, he was being assertive, and he's like, I'm going to call, because he pays for the internet. He doesn't pay for all. I pay for half of it, but it's through his name.
Yeah.
So he calls, and he's basically like, I just want to check the procedure. I'm moving next month. I'm going to roll all the info, blah, 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 over to my new house. We good to do that. If we do that, and they're like, yeah, that'll be fine. And then the next day the internet didn't work, and he's called them and they didn't ever answer. AT&T, by the way. This is not an endorsement. Yeah, he called them and he waited an hour at work on the phone because I was working from home, couldn't work because I didn't have the internet. So I ended up having to take a day off. I was texting my boss. It was embarrassing.
Yeah.
Like, sorry, I can't get on. I don't know what the problem is. And I'm waiting for my roommate because I can't call for him. Anyway, long story short, he was on the phone with them at his job for hours, could not get an answer. They never helped. Then he called again that night for another 2 hours. I watched him wait on hold. Then eventually he was like, I just got to go to bed. I just have to hang up and go to bed. So he went to bed. Then this morning I came downstairs to him on the phone again. I was like, how long have you been waiting today? And he said 2 hours. It's like 2 more hours. And I was like, watch, they'll answer in like 5 minutes now that I'm down here. Sure enough, they answered. And then they were like, well, we can't turn it back on until Tuesday anyway. Like, what is your problem? We're paying you for internet. Did you know that we're paying you money so we can have internet, and now we're paying you and we don't have internet? Like, that's what I want to tell them. Like, that's not how it works. Like, you don't pay for, like, I don't buy a sandwich and then you're like, here's the sandwich, but make sure to.
Sorry, it just hit me. I've been really enjoying your rant. That just occurred to me. This is a guy in a blanket, not moving. Hey, AT&T, and you look so stupid. I was in this with you until I realized what you look like.
Yeah,
it was really funny. Hey, I'm imagining myself in your position, like tucked in a blanket and just not moving. Hey, hey, you better cut that out over there. You know,
you rapscallions being bad. You better cut it out right now.
You start, threatening with you're not moving.
I'll kill you.
Yeah.
No, it's so irritating. Like, I'm sure I could have finished my analogy if it wasn't so funny. I was like, if you buy a sandwich at a store, like you don't say here's a sandwich, and then when you say, hey, I'm gonna come back and get a sandwich from you guys in a month too because I like your sandwiches. You don't say, hey, give me back the sandwich we just gave you, and then when we go, wait, I just bought that sandwich. They don't say, no, we can't give the sandwich back to you until Tuesday. No. I bought this sandwich already. And I need to eat lunch. Anyway, AT&T, screw you. You ruined my life and my weekend.
Time for a sponsorship segment. AT&T now you get Get AT&T internet and phone and cable all bundled together for $89.99 a month.
Yeah, 50%
If you get a
off.
Disney Plus, they're paying me for this.
Oh.
Not you.
All right.
If you bundle AT&T with Disney Plus, you get it for $70 a month. Don't mind that that's on top of Disney Plus, which is $15. So really, you're saving like $5. AT&T. We'll get back to you eventually.
That's their slogan.
That's your slogan.
I would believe that at this point.
I think your slogan should be worse than that one.
I borrowed.
What would be a better slogan for AT&T? AT&T. I want to say FU, but that's too basic.
Both T's stand for tardy.
Tardy?
Yeah. That's for AT&T. All tardy.
AT&T.
All tardy and take forever.
I couldn't think of an acronym I liked. Yeah.
A total tard. A total and
tard. You know, I'm trying to think of the and. That's what's making it weird. I was gonna say all trash, all trash and talk, but all something and trash would be better. I just can't think of a T.
All trash and tardiness, I guess.
Old tardy and yeah, I guess. It's not great, but it's the most accurate one we could come up with.
I also called because he's gonna be moving and he's taking the dogs with him. This will be the first time in my whole life, basically, I've lived without dogs.
Mm-hmm.
And I love dogs. Don't get me wrong. I really love dogs, but I'm growing used. Okay. I'm growing tired of all the hair in the house. And I'm thinking, you know what? Some people just don't have to deal with dog hair in their house. Isn't that cool? What a cool idea. Like dogs are cool and I'd love to play with them, but can you imagine how cool it would be not to have any dog hair?
Mm-hmm.
I can't even imagine what that's like. So I'm going to do it soon and I'm going to have it. But anyway, to celebrate, I told you this, but I called a flooring company and they said, we'll come to your house next Wednesday and we're going to bring samples of floors. And these samples that we'll bring are all 75% off and then we'll install them for you. And I was like, oh, all right. I like that. So I'm really excited to change my floors.
This coming Wednesday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be so happy if I have like a freaking new looking house, new floors. Then I'll fix my doors.
I kind of get it.
Floors, doors, couches. Then I'll have a good house.
No, I can't make fun of you because I kind of feel the same way. Not long after I moved into my house, I had 2 or 3 different vendors come and give me samples for garage flooring. Because like to epoxy the floor, you know, the floor that's like has like some flakes in it for grip. Also, it's easy cleanup. So I was getting some examples, and I was like, man, I can't wait to have a garage done one day. That floor, paint the walls red, black ceiling, and then black tool cabinets against the red wall. So you have breaking up black and red, and the floor would be black with probably just black or red flakes. I don't know, but yeah, it'd be really cool. But I decided that I shouldn't do that now. So anyway, a new floor and furniture, like putting a TV in the garage, but like for you, floor and furniture. Yeah. Sounds exciting.
Yeah, if I had money, I'd do it all. But I have a growing suspicion I'm gonna try to refloor my whole house, my whole townhouse by myself. But I have a feeling that I'm not gonna be able to afford. I think I'll be able to afford one room. And then maybe in another half a year, I can afford another room. You know, it's going to take forever unless I get famous and rich.
That's never one without the other. You don't just get rich and not famous or famous and not rich. I'm kidding. Of course you can.
Yep.
But that's what you were implying.
Yeah.
If I get famous, then I can afford my floors.
Yeah. I was doing a Jim Halpert look at the camera like.
Doesn't work when the camera doesn't freehand zoom in on you. If it's just stationary far back, it doesn't work.
That'd be nice to have. Can you imagine if we had
cameraman in our podcast who freehand the whole thing? Stupid.
Or just a way to zoom in, like at different times you can zoom in close. Like, can you imagine if I'm looking at this camera and then it just looks closer for a second? It'd look great.
Those poor guys, though, just standing there with those big cameras for like 2 hours. Those poor guys.
In the office specifically?
No. If they recorded us, we're just sitting here, but they have to physically hold the cameras instead of just letting them be on this tripod.
So rude.
Yeah, no, it's stupid.
Yeah, if you guys want to do that, let us know. We'll have you come and film us. No, I actually think it would just like to have a button on there that was like a zoom in button would be cool.
But you're not centered, so you would just go out of frame. And, what else? What's wrong? It'd be a digital zoom, so it would look stupid.
That's the point. You know,
it would not have the desired effect at all. It would look like, what was that? It wouldn't be funny.
Just be like, and it's like over here, but zoomed in, so you know what's, you know,
stupid
emphatic moment. Like, listen up, zoom in. Hey, and like I'm not out of focus a little bit.
Yeah.
This is getting hot. The blanket was a great idea at first. Now it's hot.
Yeah, I guess it was colder earlier when we just got in here. Yeah. It's fine now.
How's your week been?
Oh man, don't ask me that.
Okay. My week's been good.
Good. Oh, I thought about this on the way here, and it might be worth talking about. I wanted to ask if I kind of asked, but it's about this thing that happened. It was called Food on Sunday.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, FaceTime. Oh gosh. Yeah, I was thinking about it on the way here. I was like, tomorrow's Sunday. I was thinking, do you want to go and try to recreate it? And I mentioned it to you. Anyway, back it up a little bit. We had an amazing dinner at a place we like to eat on Sunday. And I mentioned to you a few days ago, I said, I kind of want to go again on Sunday in hopes of it being as good, but I'm worried that it won't be as good as how it just was so good. But I still want to try.
I think it was sitting inside help too. So if we do it tomorrow, then we should sit inside again. Well, it's going to be cold, so.
Yeah, well, as opposed to sitting on the patio is what he means. I want to try. It was just so good. And here's my justification. If it's not as good tomorrow, it won't make last week's worse. It won't be as good this time. It'll be disappointing, but
that's not an over exaggeration to say that might have been the best meal I've ever had.
It was best meal. Shoot, that's a good question.
Like I felt the best. Like a meal has never made me feel so good.
I can't remember the last time I felt that good after a meal. I got that. So I can't think of a better one, but I bet there was a better one. But oh my gosh, dude!
Here's the way
we're not explaining this to each other at this point. We were both there. We're both doing our O faces. Several O face bites. It was intense. It was
several dishes.
So what we ate was.
Wait, I want to describe it really quick. One thing that I said to describe how good this meal was like you said. You know the phrase like this is as good as sex. I was like, yeah. Like,
no, that's not what I said.
I'm pretty sure this is good as sex. Like, I can't remember what you said, but you brought that up. And I was like, I know how this meal makes me feel. And it's like so good that if someone was like, you could have sex right now, but you have to stop eating that meal, I would be like, sorry, I can't.
What I said
I can't leave this.
I said it's funny how this food can be as good as sex. And what I mean is if somebody asked you, hey, would you rather spend $50 on this or $50 on sex? Like, I think I'd rather have the steak.
That's how you said it.
That's what I said. Because like, so you put it a different way after.
Yeah.
But that's,
I just said,
so good.
I just said, it's hard for me to tell what's better between those two things. But like the way I was feeling in that moment.
If you told me you can have sex, you got to put this food down.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I don't want
no,
to.
Like, I don't want
that's
to.
What you said.
Yeah, that's what, and I meant it.
Mm-hmm.
I like a beautiful person could have come up to me and been like, hey, guess what? Premarital sex isn't a sin, and you're going to get some from me. And you're going to get it right now from me. I'd be like, oh, right now? And then they were like, yeah. Also, you have to stop eating that in order for this to work. I'd be like, sorry.
Yeah. And
this is really good, though.
It's funny because it sounds like an exaggeration, but
no,
it wasn't. Absolutely
wasn't.
not.
It was so good.
Yeah.
You can tell them what we ate now.
It was a special moment. It's kind of... Anyway, what I was going to say is what we ate was 12-ounce medium rare filet mignon with gorgonzola butter topping, which really makes it like it's already good, but then that's just magic. And then we had our own helping of free bread beforehand, which was actually really good for just bread.
It's amazing
with
bread.
Some nice butter. Just like
home whipped
butter. And then we had garlic mashed potatoes on the side with, of course, some very well made Moscow mules and all that.
And then to end it up, we got banana bread Foster, which is like banana Foster, but without, like with banana bread included in it. It was like, what? It was so good.
It was so good.
We spent so much money. We spent like
A couple $100.
$240 or something like that together.
That's really good.
I got home and my roommate, I told him what happened because I was like, guys, I feel like high off of food. This is the first time I've ever felt this good. They were like, well, what'd you have? Like Texas Roadhouse? I was like, no. And then I told them what we had. And then they were like, oh man, that place is expensive. And they're like, how much you spend? I was like, I got this, and this. And I told them what all we got. And then they were like, so how much was it? I was like, it's like $250 combined. They're like, you can't spend that much money on one meal. And I was like, that's why you don't do it very often, but you got to treat yourself like once in a while to like this crazy nice meal. I thought it was worth it. I mean, it was worth it.
We've had that meal several times before, not specifically those, but like the filet mignon and the gorgonzola butter and Moscow mules. And we've had that. And it's always been great. It's never been bad. I can't recall like a worst occasion, but for whatever reason, last week it was just so good.
I think it's because we got mashed potatoes. Yeah.
No, we've had that before.
Yeah, but that and the dessert.
I think there was a lot of gorgonzola butter, and I know I've had worse cuts of meat. That one was just like the crust. I keep calling it crust. The skin. It was so good.
It was so good.
Gosh, man. It's making me sad.
It was really good.
It's like emotional. We're just like we're like covering our mouth. Like, oh.
I told you this, and this was the special part about it. There's always a best bite, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I had 5 best bites, and then I had a last bite, and I was thinking, I can't believe I got to have 5 best bites.
Yep.
And then I took the last bite, and it was the best of all the best bites. It was the 6th best bite I had in that whole steak, and it was the last one, and I was like, like tearing up in my eyes, like I can't believe that this happened to me. I couldn't be so lucky, but I was.
I've never tried to convert somebody to believing in God, but I think that'd be a legit strategy. Get them eating that and then just tell them about it. And they would be accepting of there's a God out there, and they'd be so malleable and happy.
Yeah. You're just gumming that gooey goodness to death. And then you're just like, guess what? There is a God.
I was thinking I'm going to maybe make some of those Moscow mules tonight, but I got to go pick up supplies if I do it. But it's Saturday night, so.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, I just don't know if I want to go out and get it, but I want to drink them when I get home. It sounds delicious.
One sad side effect of my roommate leaving is he's taking half the alcohol with him.
Oh.
So I have to replace, I have a half barrel at my house that I keep all my alcohol and liqueurs and everything.
And now it's only going to be a quarter barrel.
It's like, all right, this is sad, but we had it full.
Oh gosh!
And then he removed his stuff, and I look at what's left, and there's like little dust rings where there used to be liquor. It's like, oh, it's so sad. It's like empty. There's still lots because I have a lot of. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's not even like I drink it all the time. I might open one up once every month, maybe.
But still, the collection and having it's the principle of the thing.
Yeah, it's mostly about how it looks too.
Yeah,
you know, like people come in and they're like, oh, this guy, He's the kind of guy who can afford this. It's a status thing.
He's the kind of guy who will not be a designated driver. I was actually going to ask you, if I do go to the store to get ginger beer, is there an alcohol you recommend I pick up and try? Because if I was going to try something new, I remember the other day I was trying to tell you, it's just like Jack Daniels, only it's not called Jimmy Bean. Yeah, Jimmy Bean, whatever.
I thought of it too.
I think that's what I need to try. I don't know. I want to get Crown Apple Royal again. But I don't know if there's something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, rum chata. You should try.
What is that?
It's a rum. It's like rum, but it's like kind of.
I don't think I've ever had rum.
Rum's fine. I think it's not like Crown Apple where it's like easy to drink. Rum chata is like sweet rum, and it's kind of creamy. It's hard to describe it. It's really good with like hot chocolate or coffee and things like that.
If I got something new to try it just by itself. That's kind of the point. So can you drink rum chata by itself, or is that a mixed drink?
You can drink it by itself. Just it's creamier than other things.
That doesn't sound like straight liquor.
I don't know what it is. I'm just being honest.
How about just rum then?
Rum chata is like what basic white girls
Oh,
really like when it comes wintertime.
I'm not looking to recede penal inches. I want to grow like facial hair. So do you have a drink for that?
You want to grow facial hair?
Yeah, I want a manly drink is what I'm saying.
Just get rum. You can try rum. But rum chata is, I think you'd actually, like, it's good.
Do you want to hear how my pee-pee grew like a whole other inch today?
Yeah. Yeah, what?
I couldn't tell if you actually were like, yeah, I do want to know if you're just passively, yeah.
Wait, are you being literal?
No, I didn't literally grow. It's figure of speech.
Oh, I wasn't asking for any reason. It's not like I wanted to grow another inch. I'm being joking.
I actually forgot about it until you were raging at AT&T. I pulled in the grocery store on the way home earlier today, and this car was behind me for a very long way, which is kind of beside the point, aside from the fact that that way they aren't, well, I guess it's kind of relevant. So it's an older couple. I go in the store, I come back out, and I see his car parked near mine, and he goes to my Jeep as I'm walking toward it, and he appears to be writing something on the opposite side of the Jeep, on the passenger side, as I'm walking up to it. And then he waddled. I had a really good word. Saunter, canter, waddle, prattle. Prattle was a very good way to describe how he walks. He's old. Prattles away. And I go over, I look, and it says, idiot driver on my, I'm like, so I look at him prattling away, and I think, I see his car, and I go, oh, I could write something in his car. I was like, no, whatever the answer is, it's not to do what he did. So I just, like, he's still there. So the right thing is just confront him. So I walk up to him, and I had just finished watching Dexter, so I still had the serial killer in my mind. The point is, I tend to absorb personalities like the Master of Disguise. So I was just a wall. Anyway, I walked up to him, and then he saw that I was walking up to him, and I remember all the words, but like matter-of-factly, I said something like, I would have thought someone your age would like to talk to me in person. I guess I was wrong. And he turned, I didn't even see you. And I said, yeah, I saw you. Why did you do that? And he goes, oh, because I saw you on Merlin and not making a lot of eye contact. And so I knew I already got him on an off foot because he didn't know I was there and that I wasn't, and I was engaging him. So he's like, oh, I saw you on Merlin and you're speeding and you drive it like an idiot and just being a child. And I said, I'm not the one riding on other people's cars. Just, I mean, like making him uncomfortable. And he said, oh, well, I think I said, do you want to fix it? Or he said, I'll go wipe it off or something like that. I'm pretty sure I said, you want to take care of it or something, like you want to fix what you did, something like that. And so he goes, I'll go wipe it off. We start walking back, and I go, after you wipe it off, we can shake hands like adults. And then I watch him wipe it off. I stick my hand out. I shake his hand. And I go, this has been the highlight of my day. And he laughed uncomfortably. He was off on 2 feet at this point. I was like, oh. Anyway,
how old was he?
I mean, he's probably like 55 or 60. But anyway, he says like, oh, I love your Jeep. And I was just like, have a good day.
Yeah.
And I walked away. I was like, and then I grew an inch because I was a man.
Okay. Is that true? That's a true story? Wow.
I guess I could have made it up, but no, it's true.
No, I thought it was true. I didn't know if you were like making a joke story, but I was like, that was a convincing story. I believe you did all that. That's something you do.
I did write it though.
I would have probably just written something on his car, something like nice.
I'm really funny, but I was like, well, then you're going down to his level, and
you're right about everything. That's what I would say on his car.
My first thought was Jesus loves you, and I thought that's just condescending and
yeah, true, but whatever. I'd probably say something like, you're right about everything. Just still, give us more of your wisdom.
Yeah, it's
something like that.
In those situations, it's after the fact you'll think about all the different ways it could have gone.
Yeah,
but I think that went the right way.
Yeah, you didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
Maybe a little petty.
Well, I thought about just leaving. I was like, I'm not going to be a bitch and just leave. If you didn't do anything wrong, maybe stand up for yourself. Worst case scenario, he gets mad or hurts you, but like, I didn't do anything wrong. I'm going to stand up for myself. And it worked out. Ow, my freaking spine.
Yeah, it sounds like it was good. Good thing. Definitely wasn't wrong to do.
Anyway.
I've had moments like that, but I've never, like if I saw someone walking away, then I normally just would let them walk away.
Yeah, normally I would have. Last year, I totally would have changed a lot since last year, you know.
You have. So it made you happy?
No, it wasn't pleasant. I didn't want that to happen. I'm glad I did it.
Are you glad you did it because you didn't want to do it? It was like a growing moment, like a penis an inch moment growing.
You know, I thought it was stupid when I said it. You made it sound dumber. Penis an inch growing. That's what you said. Like, yeah, that's what I said. What was the question? Am I glad I did it?
Yeah, I mean, you're glad you did it in the same way that you'd be glad if you did another uncomfortable thing that you just like, hey, I did it.
I wish I would respond like that more.
Yeah,
I didn't debase him or insult him. I let him do it. I think that was the right thing to do.
Okay, let me ask you this. Did he offer to wipe it off first?
I can't remember that part. That's the one part I don't remember. I think I said something about, I think I did.
Okay.
But then he said, I'll go wipe it off. Okay. So either he said that or I made it, or I asked him to do it or something. I think I did though.
Okay. I probably would if you were the one who said wipe it off, I think I wouldn't be with that, but everything else, that's really cool. I don't think
I'm glad that it more or less ended, or the happy ending, like in a video game tree, which is mutual respect. Like you both came to an agreement and then parsed away. It's not about one of us is better than the other.
Yeah.
I didn't want that.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good story.
Not really. You want to hear a goodish story?
Yeah.
You mentioned your internet being out. I was like, my internet was out. And I've also been on the phone for hours with internet companies, but who hasn't? That's not impressive. My internet was out, and then I went and stood out my window, and I saw some construction guys in my backyard near my internet box cutting 6 feet in the ground. I was like, they probably cut my line. It would probably explain why I went out. But I called, and they said, yeah, there's no connection, so we'll send somebody out tomorrow. I was like, cool, no internet for a day, whatever. I've done this before. And then like 30 minutes later, my doorbell rings, and it's them, one of their guys, and I recognize, like, are you the guy who installed my internet? He goes, yeah. And she said his name. Dustin is his name. And I said, yeah, I thought it was you. What are you doing here? He goes, well, I heard a call that internet was out here, and I was finishing my rounds, and I recognized the address, or I figured it might have been this your housing or something like that. I was like, oh, well, that's awesome. Thanks for coming. I was like, yeah. So he came, and it turns out, they cut my line, so he put a new line in outside. And he fixed my internet. My line got physically cut and fixed like within an hour.
That's awesome.
Super awesome. I was happy to see him again. I was like, you just made my day. It was the best. Awesome. So
that is awesome.
It's a good story.
It's a better end than my story.
Yeah. Did you ever get your internet back? Or
no, it's gone until Tuesday. Actually, it might be gone way longer than that because my roommate mentioned as I was leaving, sort of like, I might just let him leave it at the new house, blah, blah, blah. And I'm thinking in my mind, like, crap, I'm going to have to pay for a whole new internet service for a whole extra month. And I'm already incurring the whole rent and everything now because he's moving. So I'm bummed that I have to have it. I have to work from home. So.
Well, you could, don't tell your boss this or don't let them know this, but you could work from home from my home because I have internet.
No.
I know you don't want that. That's what I'm saying, to let them know that.
Yeah.
But this is legit. I don't have internet in my house, so I can't.
Yeah.
I can't work from my home.
I don't work home all the time anyway. I'm going to be at work. I don't think actually we work Monday. I think Monday is a holiday. I don't know.
What's a mid-January President's Day?
Yeah. I think it actually is President's Day. I'm not positive about that.
Yeah. What have you been doing without internet then?
I've been on the internet.
How?
On my phone.
Okay. Data.
No, I played. Okay. I've got another sad story. Okay. I've got two other sad stories.
Sure.
So I know I said earlier that my week was pretty good. It actually objectively was pretty bad. because I saw you on Thursday night, I think.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry. No. Last time I saw you was Thursday night, right?
I think it was Wednesday night.
Okay, that's even more correct.
Yep.
The next day, I woke up. I was like, oh, I don't feel great. And then I was like, I think I'll take a nap. And I took a nap. And when I woke up, I felt very not great. And I quickly realized this is the kind of not great that I think food would help. And so I got a bunch of Taco Bell and I crammed it down. A bunch more than I normally do because I was like, I haven't eaten a lot. Like I think I skipped dinner. I think I skipped breakfast. Blah, blah. I skipped a lot of meals. So I was like, I should crammed. And then I realized, oh, this thing that's not feeling good is a migraine. And I can't, like I had a terrible headache. And every time I get a really bad migraine, I throw up. And I'm like, I screwed myself because I ate so much food that there's no way I'm going to be able to throw that food up. And without getting too graphic, it was very painful. And I did eventually throw it up, but there was so much of it that it was like, it was hard to throw up. Anyway, terrible migraine through the whole next day. And then so I finally I sleep enough and I get the hot bath going and soak the feet in the cold rag and closing all the curtains and just doing this all morning and trying to sleep. And it's bad. Migraines suck. They're the worst.
You said morning. Is this the next morning? Like
next morning. Yeah.
Friday
all
morning?
night. All night. So that evening, all through the next day.
So you woke up with it on Thursday and you had it till at least Friday night.
Thursday was when the symptoms start. Okay. So I started getting migraines more frequently, but I'd gone on a great, like long streak of like 2.5 months without any. It's normally about one per month, but I changed some diet stuff and I think that helped. I'm going to have to go back to it. Anyway, it's the symptoms started that morning. I didn't make the association because it'd been a while since I'd had one. And anyway, the next morning, woke up, still had it all day. It was terrible. And then I was finally able to take a nap. And when I woke up, I took a bunch of pills, took another bath, and I started feeling a little better. And I was like, all right, well, I guess I could play some chess. Maybe I can turn it on my dimness. And I turned the lights off and I was playing chess. And then the internet went out and I was doing ranked tournament play. Mm-hmm. And of course the internet goes out like then. And I was like, it's going to kick me from the game. I can't get signal. And I tried turning my Wi-Fi on. It kicked me from a game. And I was doing ranked in a tournament and I was winning. And that's like important for your chess status. Anyway, so those are two sad stories about my week. Yeah, I've been playing chess, but with iffy signal.
Well, that's kind of balances out considering Sunday when we had that orgasmic food was part of the same week.
Yep.
We can try next week again the same way, starting tomorrow. Yeah. Do you want to go tomorrow night or lunch?
I want to, but we'll think about it.
The problem,
later.
It's money. What do you think?
Right. I want to get new floors and stuff, and I'm soon going to be incurring an internet bill.
You could just literally eat a corner out of your room worth of food because of how expensive it is compared to flooring.
Yeah.
The bite you take is the floor underneath the couch or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, what I'm thinking in my head right now is if I hadn't been going to this place that we go to over the last however long we've been going, I could probably afford the flooring and a whole lot more because it's an expensive place to go to. But it's so good that I think it's worth it. And I think I might still go tomorrow. But it's something I'm going to sit on and see how I'm feeling tomorrow. Yep. Because if I like the migraine comes back and I know I'm going to throw up again, I'm not going to eat there. I'll just eat something garbagey that I could throw up. Because if I threw that meal up, I think I'd kill myself.
It's the opposite of eating it. It'd be so sad.
It'd be
a tragedy.
It'd be disheartening to the max. I actually had a good night last night though. Because it started feeling better about midday, and then my friends were doing a game night. I told them I can't. I got a migraine. But if it goes away, maybe I'll come. And I did end up feeling good enough. I just had a headache last night. Today it's pretty much gone. But I was able to go to game night, and that was fun. We were up very late, and we had a really cool conversation. Maybe I can tell you about it.
Maybe, I don't know.
Do you want to hear about a cool conversation?
If it's mine to hear, meaning if it's any of my business. Oh,
it wasn't like, it's something we talk about kind of a lot. We basically, one of the people there asked the question, what's a question? How did they ask it? I'm going to butcher it. They said, what's your favorite question to ask someone on a first date that you don't think anybody else would ask? And the person answered, the question that they answered with was, what's something that you're passionate about that most people are not passionate about? And I was like, oh, that's such a cool get to know you question. Like, what's unique that you pay attention to that nobody else does? And then I was like, I actually want to hear everybody's answers for that, because we were just there kind of chilling and hanging out, and we just kind of went in a circle, and everybody talked about things that they were like, they noticed that other people don't notice. And it was like, what? These are such cool things. And when I brought my thing up, I talked a lot about archetypes, and I talked a lot about repeating patterns, because that's like my favorite thing ever. Like patterns repeating in the universe over and over. And it's like motifs is another way you could say it. It's like reoccurring things that you just like, I recognize this from this, or like this makes sense to me because it's a narrative. It's a story. Like, anyway, we've talked about this a lot, and I started just on this roll, and they were like listening, and it was anyway, we got to talking about things like Jordan Peterson talks about, or Carl Jung talks about, where he talks about archetypes and how, like, if you look at things like that, then it's a lot easier to categorize things in your mind, and then you don't get so caught up in politics and other things like that. Anyway, it was a cool conversation.
Sounds like fun.
It was. I love that stuff. I think you do too. You would have liked it.
Yeah, probably.
What is that thing for you? That question? Just because I don't know that answer for you. Maybe I know it, but.
So the question you're asking me is, what question would you ask a first date?
No,
what's a unique
That
question?
was the question that brought this question on, but the question that I really liked was, what's something that you're passionate about that most people are not passionate about?
So I'm your date, and you're asking me this question. Okay. Has something to do with words. What's the question exactly? Something I'm passionate about that no one else is passionate about? That's the idea, right?
That most people are not passionate about, because somebody else in the world is going to be passionate about whatever it is you're passionate about. Odds are there's 7 billion of us.
That makes it kind of hard to think. Most things I'm thinking of are basic bitch boy stuff.
Like what?
Like cars, movies, video games,
Think more deep.
Oh, yeah.
Than that.
Yeah, I realize I just answered the question you just asked, which is what is my basic bitch boy stuff. I think it has something to do with words. That's as deep as I can get. Okay,
I'll give you an example. Maybe this will help you.
Yeah.
One of the gals there said something that she's passionate about that most people aren't. I'm not going to say it as good as she did, but she was basically... she basically summarized what she thinks like the church is. And she said she thinks the church is, it's part about your physical health and your spiritual health and then your mental health. And she's passionate about the mental health aspect because she thinks a lot of churches neglect that. They miscategorize things. And it's not when she was explaining it, it made sense. But when I was trying to understand it, I asked her, okay, so an extreme example of what you're talking about would be to say the church says this kid who's got cancer in the church doesn't have cancer. He's just inhabited by a demonic spirit, and we're going to pray the spirit out of him, and then he'll be healed from cancer. And that's what's going on. And she's like, that's an extreme example. And then I was like, all right, so what's a more commonplace example? And she's like, I don't really want to give specifics because it gets a little tender. I was like, okay, you don't have to answer this if you don't want, but I was like, so is one of the things you're talking about, like trauma, for example, the Bible technically says don't fear. Like you shouldn't fear. If you love God, you don't fear. I don't remember what the Bible says. God did not give you a spirit of fear. And it's like in the Bible not to fear, but maybe churches miscategorize that or mislabel that. And what they say to you is, you're having a trauma response to something because something that happened in your past. And like, that's being afraid. And the Bible says not to do that. And it's like, all right, that's an ignorant way to look at it. And it's like, is that an example of what you're talking about? And she's like, that's a great example of what I'm talking about. Because she thinks like mental health is part of it. And it's like, they're all integral and everything. And I thought it was interesting. Anyway, that's one really specific thing that maybe it'll.
Yeah, maybe this suffices. I don't know if I can put it into good words, but something I'm passionate about is, what would you call these standards for yourself? Acting on your beliefs. I am passionate about that. I just don't know how to put it into words. So I know what I believe in, and I act on it, I think, and that extends to a greater detail, because if I would never allow somebody, I would never facilitate in helping somebody to compromise their beliefs. So this is the only example that's coming to my mind. I won't have sex or flirt or mess with a girl she's in a relationship. That's one of my rules is like, bros before hoes. So that's a rule. But so like, okay, I'm making this one up. So if a girl said, I want to save myself for my husband, right? Like, okay, great, cool. You know what you want, do that. And then later on, she's wanted to have sex with me as an example. Like, I can't do that because I know that's not what you really want. And I'm not going to help you ruin that for yourself. Yeah. And that principle and standard of acting on your beliefs is more important to me than, I don't know. It's really, I care about it a lot. That's not put into words well, but hopefully you at least understand what I'm talking about.
Yeah, let me find another way to say it. So what you're talking about is your true self. You're not talking about your integrated shadow. Like if you think about people are as they want two different things, that just means they're not a fully integrated individual, right? Technically.
That's a yes or no question.
Is that what you mean?
No.
Is that what you think?
No, I mean, I can't answer yes or no. I'd have to come up with a completely other example.
I'll try to come up with it. Okay, so all right, so if what I say I want is for example, to make good choices, but then I make bad choices, that's contradictory. But something innate in me must obviously want to make bad choices too. It's true to say both of those things. I may really want to make good choices, and then I make bad choices too. So I must want both those things. Like you're passionate about what gets it to where you make the good choice that you know is the good choice.
It's not about good. It's about standing or doing what you say you believe in. Or it's not about like, here's a bad one. Let's go to substances. I don't smoke or do drugs or something, but I drink NOS. Let's say someone goes, it's really important to me never to have energy drinks. Okay. But if we can respect each other as being individuals, I can drink and you won't. That's fine. And then one day they go, you know what? I want to drink. And I go, what about, like I would, this is not a good example because there's no moral issues with drinking energy drinks. It's not like drugs necessarily or something like that. So yeah, smoking makes it more clear. Like if I was a smoker, someone wasn't a smoker, I'm not going to smoke because I think it's wrong or bad. Okay. And then one day they're like, hey, can I have one of your cigarettes? I'm like, why? Because I want to smoke. But you said you don't believe, or you like, I think you're making a bad choice for yourself right now. Like, I'm not going to help you do that. Now, if you go off and get your own cigarette, okay, that's your choice, but I'm not going to facilitate in doing what we both believe is wrong based on what you've told me or I know about you. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I might be like, I'm happy to have someone I share smokes with now, but like, no, because.
So all this is based on the presupposition that what they said to you initially is correct though, right?
Well, better that they tell me what they think they want than I guess what they should want. You know what I mean?
Agreed. But can't you acknowledge that like
people can change and they have a right? And yeah, I get it. But
not even that. It's like maybe they haven't changed at all. They've always wanted two completely different things.
Well,
haven't you ever
all
wanted,
I can do is take them at their word.
Yeah. Haven't you ever wanted contradicting things? That's pretty regular, I think, for people. It's like, I want to sit here and be lazy and just eat fucking food all day. But like, I also want to go exercise and be in shape. Like, that's not what you don't think that kind of thought sometimes.
Well, of course I do.
You see, that's what I mean. Like, it's also true that they want to not in this, like, I just don't know how you,
Maybe drinking and smoking was too far removed from heavier moral choices.
Yeah.
It's not as petty. The issues of character. It's not as petty as energy drinks. These issues, they don't come up often, but when they do, it's clear in my mind as to what I'm going to do.
So specific.
I know what I feel and think. I still know how to put it into words.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out too. Like, I believe that you know. Obviously, I believe you know what you think. Would you say that you believe that in regards to biblical things specifically?
No.
Okay, so what makes it different? Something small like eating food. Like what makes, if someone says, I don't want to drink alcohol because I don't believe it's good for me. And they also say, I don't want to eat Cheetos. Like what makes it different for, if they're like, I'm going to drink alcohol and eat Cheetos, would you be like more like, oh, you should,
I get your point.
Would you be more offended by them not offended, but would you be more resistant to giving them alcohol or Cheetos in this scenario?
Unfortunately, I think I would be like, it's just Cheetos as opposed to a great moral thing. I think so. It's not like
more so than alcohol, right? In this scenario.
Yeah, I think so.
So you think you give greater weight to things that the Bible deems as important.
It's not talking biblical. I'm talking moral things. Cheetos are just so far removed. I get it. The principle still stands, and that's what you're testing it for.
Yeah.
But I can't define it very well. Anyway, we flip this question around. What's something you're passionate about that very few people are passionate about?
I'm just repeating patterns in the universe. That's it.
I was really expecting you to do this. I'm really passionate about repeating patterns. That's what I thought you were gonna do.
That's really funny.
Yeah. you should do that on a date. If some girl asks you that, just do that. Put a long pause and then say it again. And if she still hasn't got the joke, do it with a long pause. Do it a third time, and then she'll probably
really
get it.
Funny. Yeah, that's great. I didn't remember that. But like, okay, so when we were talking yesterday, like that's what people were interested in when I started talking about it. Because there's so many examples of repeating patterns, but one of them brought up, she was like conservatism and liberalism. I was like, yeah, that's exactly right. Like it's another repeating pattern. Like if there's like this chaos thing and then there's this order thing, and like the natural state of the world is chaos and like things like deteriorating. That's the natural order of things. Then you can assume that in every structure, like every biosphere, like every place where life exists or where things exist, that's the natural state. The natural state is disorder and everything. And then it's like the exception to the rule when you can make peace and order in this. But if you leave it alone, then eventually the chaos will break it down. Like that's just like another, anyway, we were talking about that. And one of them brought up conservatism and liberalism. It was like, that's the same kind of thing. Like one of those things is structure and one of those things is the natural order, which is disorder. And it's not to say that liberalism is disorder in this. It's like, no, these are the two things that reinforce the structure. Anyway, we were talking about that and they're like, oh, that's interesting. And then I was talking about, and it's also correlated to your personal life. Like if you're too rigid in your ways, then you're going to become rigid and break down. But if you're too loosey-goosey, then you don't have any structure or rules and you're not going to grow or anything. Anyway, it's all these repeating patterns and it's through every level, like expansive, like universal and planetary, and then like down to like city and communal, and then down to personal and familial, all that stuff. Even to cellular levels, it's the same repeating patterns. And you can draw the parallels and all the little strands from each different thing. Like you can do it.
I think the biblical equivalent to that is there is nothing new under the sun.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That is like the simplest way to possibly say it.
Yeah.
Yep. When you look at pictures of things like the sun, it looks the same like a cell does. Like it's just stuff like that. It's like, okay.
Coincidence? I think not.
I think not.
Yeah, it's hard for someone like me to look at that and go, yeah, it's random.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can understand why it's so fascinating.
Yeah. And it's hard to say that's like you're passionate about. I actually changed her question. I told her this when I answered it that way. because
That's not the question you want to ask.
well, that's not the question I wanted to answer, because there's a lot of things I'm passionate about that nobody else is passionate about, but I don't care about. Like, nobody cares about those things. It's very notably why I shouldn't tell them, because they don't care to hear them. But like what I said, and I think was more like the one I wanted to answer was, what's something that you find yourself thinking about more than other people think about? And for me, it's repeating patterns. Because I go back to it. It's like if I just let my mind water, it would just go back to repeating patterns throughout the universe and history and time, like all that stuff. And then I was like, what do you guys go back to? And that's when the girl answered, well, I think I go back to the thing that church neglects about mental health, blah, 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 and how they are ignorant about this and that. And anyway, it was interesting to hear that, because I had always had that thought in my head, but didn't say it as good as she did. And anyway, I don't know if that answers that would help you answer yours better.
Do you want me to try to define it again? Because I can if you want. I wasn't planning to prod it more.
Oh, well, how would you answer that question? What's something you find yourself going back to just without thinking about it? Like something you think about just because you're fascinated with it, going back to.
Oh, shoot. It has to do with acting probably, but that's not a unique passion.
You don't mean acting like in a show or something. You mean acting in like how you behave.
No, I do mean like in a show.
Oh,
like like profession.
Oh, okay.
Like scripts and memorization method. Like I'm thinking, I don't know a lot. What I'd like to know. I don't know. I thought of it. I want to remind you before I forget. Do you need to pick up your copy of Avatar while you're here?
Yep.
Did you?
I put it on my jacket, but I put my jacket right there. So I obviously took it off my jacket.
So you need to get it again.
I do. It's inside. I'm going in there to play games afterward. You're welcome to join us.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah,
that was sweet of you.
Hopefully, I'll forget. I unplugged the thing too. I think you heard that the other day. The other day we left after the show, and I was like, I plugged it in. Like, I just plugged it in. So anyway,
thank you.
If you need me to remind you about Atla again, I can, because I have my priorities. I can remember dumb things like that, no problem. Important things, no, I'm kidding. Actually, it's not like me to forget.
You remember
things.
Everything.
That's not true. But it's not like me to forget things. Would you say that's the case?
That's a great way to say it.
Sometimes you'll misplace your phone. Most people will. I can't imagine misplacing my phone. If I do, it's like a problem. Like, what's wrong?
I take notes so little of the time that when I do take notes, I'm always paranoid I get them wrong. I texted you the other day. We had a meeting with our photographer and the guy who's doing our fancy secret logo stuff for our show here.
Send me a secret now, because it's not a secret anymore that there's a logo, but no one knows what the logo is.
Well, we don't know what the logo is.
Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
But we were meeting with our guy we contracted to do this, and we had a meeting with him Friday night at some time. And I had on my phone, like, meeting, 8 o'clock, whatever. And I was like, I never write things down. Did I write this down? You know, like, and then I texted you, like, are we meeting him today? And you're like, yes. And I was like, what time? And you're like, are you kidding me? 8 o'clock. And I was like, I wrote it down. I just didn't, I don't know.
I don't trust me. I trust you more.
I do.
That's fair. Like, that's not about trust, it's about trusting to remember something. And that's fair.
Yeah. Yeah. I normally just remember things or misremember them entirely.
Yeah. But it's not like you're inept. You're not the kind of person who will be late to an appointment because you forgot about it. You need to be able to do that to be a functioning adult. If you can clock into work on time regularly, you're doing good. But if you can't, some people can't. Most people can.
I don't, but that is because I don't want to. Does this make you have to pee?
No, actually. You know what makes me have to pee?
What?
Running. Just disturb the bladder.
Yeah. Wake up in there. Is that true? Every time you run, you have to pee?
No, that's not true. Well, as a kid, kind of. Like I'm running around the yard. I don't know. If you have to pee already and then you run, then it makes it way worse. At least that's what I was as a kid. I don't know. I haven't run in a long time.
Mm-hmm. White noise. That's what always makes me need to pee.
What?
White noise makes me have to pee. Yeah.
Really?
Like, man, I got to pee. Every time.
That's terrible.
Well, there's not a lot of white noise anymore, but I remember like when we used to have those old TVs that had white noise when you turned them on.
That was
Every
good,
time
though.
I have to pee,
Dude,
I'd be like trying to plug in my GameCube and we'd be playing
you
in the
must have
beginning.
done this. You ever sat close to one of those CRT TVs with the stack and you sit close, you can see individual white and black blocks, and sometimes you'll see like green or purple blocks because of the transitions. Just like, whoa, like looking really close.
Yeah.
And then of course the warm stack.
I have to ask just because I'm a sound guy and I know this, and I think everybody knows this, but do you know what white noise is?
I don't think so.
It is every sound in the frequency that is audible playing at once.
Oh, duh.
Yep.
No, I didn't know that.
You did?
No, I did not know that.
Yeah. That fascinated me. We learned that in class, and he's like, that nonsense is just your TV playing every sound at once. We're like, every sound you can hear at once, and a whole bunch of sounds you can't hear at once. It just plays them all.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is that it's loud, but it's not super loud because a lot of those sounds cancel each other out on the way.
Mm-hmm.
There's this fascinating thing that people do now with white noise, and they pull out certain frequencies from it and they create something they call pink noise. And they use that in songs a lot. Like they use that in the background for songs to make them sound big.
Mm-hmm.
And they specifically pull out the contradicting frequencies so that all that's left is the nice sound that fits the key you're playing in. It's pretty interesting stuff. It is. Now I notice it when I listen to popular music and people put pink noise in there, and I'm like, it's cheating. It just sounds like noise
You got
in
that
it to
from
make it big.
television.
Yeah.
Basic, boring.
You got that from
music.
Got that from the TV. Yeah, that was a cool lesson. I learned a lot of cool things in that class. There was a super interesting. Do you want to learn about sound? Do you care about this at all?
No, but I'll listen.
There's this thing that people do, like music instructors do, and this is a technique I use to this day. But when you're trying to figure out where to EQ things, EQ being you pick where in the register you're going to boost or lower different frequencies. There's a trick that you can do to figure out which range you're in. And it's like if the sound that you're making fits this area of your chest, if you hear it right here, like if you feel the sound that you're listening to right here, that means it's in 30 decibel range. If you hear it right here, if you hear the sound right there, it's in 60. You hear it right here, 120. Right here, 250. Anyway, in like at different parts, you can kind of feel different music. If it kind of sits in your throat, that's like close to mid range. But right here in your mouth is 500. Up the top of your roof of your mouth is 1,000. And then, if you hear it like up there, then that's, 1,500, 2,000. Anyway, super interesting because like that really nasally sound that people hate, that's right in that, 700, 500 range that people find like irritating. Anyway, now I can like listen to sounds and where like I feel them, I'm like, oh, that's about 90 decibels. So it was cool when we were doing it because he would play like that ugly, like that note, and he would like pitch it up to a different one. You go, all right, tell me which one this one's in, and you'd feel it like right here, and you'd be like 250, and you'd be like, yeah, that's right, and anyway, it was super interesting. I'm sure I could have told it in a lot more interesting way, but
that would be interesting. I feel like that's the kind of thing, like you've retained that information. I feel like it's interesting enough. It's like, wow, I'm going to remember that forever. I feel like that's something I would remember. Had I been there, I'd know 30, 60, 150, 2, or whatever the number, I would know at that. Yeah.
That's why they say when the bass is good, it hits you right in the chest. It's like, it's just right down there. You can hear the sound. Such a cool, anyway. Good kick drum sounds like when you beat your chest. Yep. So interesting. I for our people at home, I'm sorry that probably sucked because I was like using my hands a lot and describing things.
If only they could see the sounds you were describing with your hands, then
it
would have made sense.
I mean, if I could relay it auditorily, basically.
Yeah, you said it. You said like chest up here. You said up here, lowered. You more or less orally said what part.
You can imagine it literally as the pitch rises, so does where you receive it when you hear, like where you feel it when you're listening. You anyway, in that range from your chest to your forehead, basically. Yeah. That's the kind of thing I like to imagine. It'd be super cool to teach like young kids about sound, and then they would be like a whole lot better at understanding how it works and stuff. Makes me want to learn about like the color spectrum and like how the freak that works.
I'm sure you must have briefly learned about it at some point, right? Because I know I learned it's like, whoa, weird stuff, and I forgot most of it. Well, one thing I remember is like we can see a very narrow spectrum of, yeah. I used to know a lot. I'm sure you knew that.
Yeah.
And you probably knew other stuff too, right? But probably not anymore.
Yeah. Oh, there's tons of stuff I used to know about and be like, that I used to know and it'd be so cool, but now you don't remember it anymore.
There's a lot of stuff I used to know and don't anymore. I used to know the planets in our solar system. I can probably guess. I used to know all 50 states and their capitals. I could get maybe 30 of them.
You don't know the planets?
I don't know. I haven't tried in a long time. Want me to try?
Yeah.
The sun. Mercury, is that the first one?
We did a whole episode on this.
Yeah, but that was like not today, so I don't remember.
Yeah, Mercury is the first one. There's only 8 now to remember.
Oh man. Well, the second one I don't remember, so I'll have to come back to it. Number 3 is Earth.
Yeah.
Then Mars, then Jupiter, then Saturn.
Yeah.
Did I say Venus yet?
No, that's the second one.
Don't tell me which one it is. I was going to figure it out.
Okay. It's the second one.
Let's pretend I don't remember because I have to do what you call that process of elimination with these things because I know where some of them are and some of them I don't. So that's why I was going to figure it out.
You only
Mercury,
have 4 left.
Something, Earth, number 4 is Mars, and then Jupiter, and then Saturn. So the ones I know about are Neptune, but I don't know where it goes. There's another planet I don't remember.
Really?
I forgot.
You forgot it?
Yeah.
You're going to be disappointed when I tell you what it is.
What is it?
Your anus.
Oh, man. So Neptune, is that number 8?
I had a really long post.
Is Neptune number 8 or number 7? I think it's number 8. Okay. So if I had done that, I would have gone Venus. So that's either number... That one I probably would have put... Honestly, I probably would have put Venus at number 7.
Huh.
I can't
you
remember.
Put Uranus at 2?
I forgot about Uranus, which is... I am sad. That's the one to remember.
Yeah, it is. That's why I was like, you're going to be disappointed. Like the first time I said Uranus, I said your anus. And I said like a huge long pause in between.
I was like, well, we should do like the states now or see who knows more, but we can't really compete because always you take turns or...
I only know...
Oh, you can quiz me. Well, that's too much work, but...
Yeah, we can do it.
Well, you'd have to look them up.
I'll do the ones I remember. South Dakota. What's the capital of South Dakota? That's right.
Just give me a state and I'll tell you if I know the capital or not.
New York.
But give me ones that you know the capital of.
I know that. I know the one.
New York City.
It's not it.
Shit, Albany.
It is.
Okay,
yeah.
Sorry.
I think it's Albany.
I think so too. It's okay. Take your time. You're right. This
Louisiana.
is the right way to do it. God damn it. New Orleans?
I think it's Baton Rouge, isn't it?
I think you might be right. So this is why we need the internet. But
I like being...
We both can be stupid together.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
All right. Pick another one. Okay. See, now I don't feel like I know 30. I think maybe I know 25. But there was a time.
Alaska.
Shoot. It's a fun one.
Yeah.
But I don't remember. What is it?
I think it's Anchorage.
I don't think so.
I think that a common misconception is that it's Juneau, but it's not Juneau. I think it's Anchorage. I might be wrong. I might have it backwards.
Juneau sounds more correct to me.
There's a movie called Blast from the Past where some guy goes, "What's the capital of Alaska?" And he goes, "Anchorage." And he goes, "Nuh-uh, it's Juneau." And he's like, "Nope, that's the largest city." And that's why I think it's Anchorage.
But Juneau sounds...
Oh wait, I think I did have it backwards. Yeah. I think it's Juneau, and I think Anchorage is the largest city.
I think it's Juneau because it sounds fun to me. And all I remember is like you said, what's the last one? Like, it's fun, whatever it is.
Shoot. I think I might have had it bad.
It's okay. Don't worry. We're both probably effing up a bunch.
We are.
I think it's new. Shoot. Whatever. Pick another state.
You pick one.
Okay,
see if
fine.
I know it.
Kansas.
Topeka.
Fine. You pass. Nebraska.
Missouri.
Oh, sorry. Your turn. We can just take turns, I guess.
Missouri.
God damn it. It's one that you wouldn't think. It's not. Oh, it is Springfield, actually.
I think it's Jefferson City, isn't it?
I think it's Springfield. I'm not sure, though.
Well, that one we will just... I don't know.
We'll find out
We'll figure
afterwards,
it out later.
or we will never know, and we'll continue being stupid.
Jefferson
no, it's Jefferson City. Telling people like we know.
I actually have a creeping suspicion that I'm wrong about all these.
Eh.
And then people are like,
Well,
Zach is actually stupid.
No, this is.
Yeah.
I was trying to ask. Was there ever a time when you knew these?
Yeah.
Okay, like all of them. Were you like orally
think
quiz?
so.
Because there was a time when I like aced it. Like I did at one moment. No.
Yeah. I used to know them. We used to sing like the Capitals song or whatever.
Okay. Next one. Okay. North Dakota.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I'm like 90% sure.
I'm pretty
about
sure it
this
starts
one.
with an M.
A what?
An M. Is that right? Does the city
M as in
Bismarck? Is that it?
that's a B.
That's not. Is it Bismarck, North Dakota?
You know what? I think you're right.
What did you think it was?
I was thinking Minot, but I think I got it back. I think it's the biggest city, not the capital. I think you're right. I think it's Bismarck.
I don't know either.
I think you're right. All right, your turn. Pick a state.
Nesquik, North Dakota. Georgia.
Atlanta. It's definitely Atlanta.
I think it's Augusta. Fuck. Wait, I don't know.
Oh no! Wait,
Wait, is Augusta, Maine?
Yeah, it's Augusta, Maine.
Oh, is Atlanta, Georgia then?
I think so.
Oh no.
It's okay. When you said Augusta, like well, that's Maine.
I think
okay.
I don't know though.
We don't know. We're dumb.
I am pretty sure I got New York right though. Whatever.
Albany?
I think it was Albany. I'm pretty sure.
I think you're right. This is the only reason this is okay is because we're not telling anybody else what they are.
Don't take this to the don't take this to the bank. This is fun
Stupid
though.
kids.
It's fun like playing a quiz game when we
dumbass.
don't know the real answers.
Georgia's in Florida, dumbass.
Georgia's in Florida.
It's
stupid.
Nesquik, North Dakota.
Nesquik.
I love that's what you said.
Yeah.
All right, pick a state. Yeah, it's your turn. Oh, I got one.
What?
Oregon.
Oh man.
That one I'm pretty
Oregon.
darn sure I know that one.
Oregon. I don't think I know it.
That's okay. I'm planning to be more confident than you in all these anyway. So,
All right.
but this is one state that you might be behind.
Mm.
Just one, so it's not a big deal. I get to just tell you now.
Yes.
Salem.
I think that's right.
Okay.
Or is it Wyoming that's Salem?
I don't think so.
Oh, wait. Wyoming, I think, is Cheyenne. Is that right?
I have no idea. I don't know. You kind of just threw a state out there. So,
Wyoming.
Washington State. I think I got a city. I don't know if it's the capital, though.
Is that one Augusta? Augusta?
Augusta, Washington is incorrect.
Augusta is Maine, for sure, right?
I think so. It's not Washington.
I'm pretty sure Washington is not Seattle, even though that's what I want to say. I don't think it's Seattle, though. What do you think it is?
I think it's Tacoma, but I actually think you're right. I think it's Seattle.
I don't think it's Seattle, though.
I don't think it's Tacoma, though. I would go with Seattle.
Tacoma. Okay, what about California?
This would be painful to go through and watch with the map of us to see the answers when we got like, he said he's sure it's not that one, but it is that one. He was wrong.
Oh, I'm sure that's happened.
Sacramento.
I think it's Sacramento.
No,
too.
I'm pretty darn sure it's Sacramento.
I was going to say
it's a long name like California. That's what I remember.
Yeah.
That's why I thought of Sacramento.
Utah.
Salt Lake City.
I think that's right, too.
Pretty darn sure.
2 easy ones in a row. Oklahoma.
I think it's Tulsa.
I think it's Oklahoma City. Yeah, I think it's Oklahoma City.
I don't know. If there was 2 answers on a sheet and it said Tulsa or Oklahoma, I would have picked Tulsa.
I think I have to ace that one because I had a girlfriend in Oklahoma, and I'm pretty sure it's Oklahoma. Sure.
Oh, shoot. Put me on the spot. Maryland.
Maryland. I think it's another M name, right?
I don't know. I don't know what it is. I have a guess, but I don't think it's
not
correct.
Baltimore. I don't know.
I think it's... No, it can't be. I was going to say Washington, D.C. Why wouldn't that be the capital, though? But I think it's Baltimore, actually. I think Baltimore is the capital.
You said that really confidently. I'm pretty sure it's not.
Well, we'll see, I guess. Unless we probably
man.
I know I will be too lazy to look this up after the fact.
So why are we doing this?
Because torture is fun.
It is fun. Iowa.
I got the capital. I'm pretty sure I know this one.
I think it's Des Moines, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Ohio. Shh. I don't know it.
Ohio. Cincinnati? No.
I have no idea. Nothing's coming up.
Maybe Cincinnati.
That's not a bad guess because that's a big city in Ohio. I know it's there.
Pretty sure it's not Cleveland, though.
I don't think that's it.
I don't think it's Cincinnati either.
I have no guess. I mean, I would just steal yours and say Cincinnati because I got nothing.
Florida.
I know this one, Tallahassee.
I think it's Tallahassee too.
Did you know it?
That's what I was gonna say. It was.
I know the capital of this one, I think, which is Idaho.
Ooh,
it's a fun one.
Is it Junction City?
No.
Is there Junction City?
I don't know, but there's one in Missouri or Kansas.
Yeah.
Pretty sure there's one in Missouri.
Idaho. Wait. I don't think I do know Idaho.
When I say it, you'll be like, Boise.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It's
Is it Boise?
Pretty darn sure it's Boise, Idaho.
Yeah, I wish there's girlsy.
I have another state, but it's your turn. So
go ahead. Take mine because I took some early.
Montana. I'm pretty sure I know this one.
Montana. I don't know it.
Helena.
Good. Delaware.
That's a city or a state?
Yeah, Delaware. The state Delaware.
Are you sure?
Yes, no, I'm pretty sure.
One of us is being retarded right now.
It's Delaware, the state. I'm going crazy.
Delaware sounds like a city to me.
Delaware. I'm pretty sure it's Delaware, and I think it's Dover is the capital of it.
That sounds correct. When you said Dover, Delaware, that sounds correct. I will just say that place exists.
Oh, this is painful.
All right, here's an easy one, I think.
Okay.
Hawaii.
Honolulu?
Yep. I think so. Anyway, I can't say it with 100% confidence. I don't know shit anymore.
I know there's a couple curveballs. Like you think of the state and you think it's got to be.
Yeah.
Like, for example, Missouri, it's got to be Springfield. But I'm pretty sure it's Jefferson City.
Now when you say it like that, that sounds correct. But like you're saying curveballs, yeah, I know they're curveball cities. Kansas for a long time, I would think it's Wichita. Wichita and Topeka are interchangeable in my head.
Yeah.
But it's Topeka, not Wichita.
It is.
Which the way I remember now is it's an hour away from here, and it's where the DMV gets all their official documents. The official documents are the one in Topeka because it's the capital. Mm-hmm. Whatever. That's how I remember. I'm
recalling a specific memory when I drove through Topeka with a big Pokemon fanatic friend of mine, and they said, Topeka Pika, and I thought it was cute. Topeka-Chew. I can't think of any more states.
Oh, there's plenty more.
Kentucky. I think I know this one. I think I know it, actually.
Kentucky, I don't know.
I think it is. Do you want me to tell you?
Yeah.
Frankfurt, I think.
I have no idea.
Tennessee.
Oh, it's my turn, though. But
yeah.
Well, I was supposed to.
Say a state.
It's okay. No, you said Tennessee. My dumbass wants to say Jefferson City, but that can't be right. There is a Jefferson City, but it's small.
I'm pretty sure that's the capital of Missouri.
Well, there are several cities in different states, like Greenfield. Almost every city or state has a Greenfield.
I think it's Nashville.
That makes a butt ton of sense. Huge ass city. Okay, Carolina. I know this one.
Which one? North Carolina.
North Carolina.
North Carolina. It's like some studious name, like Carlson or something. Carson City?
Nope.
What is it?
Raleigh.
Which one has Carson City?
I have no idea.
Is that South Carolina?
As a capital?
I thought there was a Carson City capital.
I don't know that, but
oh man,
it's okay.
I'm really looking forward to being super wrong.
Yeah, now we're gonna get through them all. Now this is the game we never thought to play.
This is when we
both lose.
This is when we need a third person who's our producer who has the answers and he doesn't tell us anything.
And we hear in the distance way off the mic.
Yeah, 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 exactly. We should get a producer, man.
Yeah.
It'd be fun to have someone just Google stuff for us.
It's your turn to say a state. And if you can't think of one, I'll chip in, but because I can think of a few.
Mississippi.
I think it starts with a J for some reason.
Isn't that Junction City? No, I don't know.
You want to guess that?
I don't know.
Shoot, I have no idea. Texas. I'm pretty sure I know the capital of that one.
I think it's Austin.
I think so too. All right, your turn. We've still
Arizona. I do know this one. I'm almost positive.
That's not coming to mind, but go ahead and say it.
Phoenix. I think it's
That
Phoenix.
sounds right. I was like, whatever it is, it has a similar amount, or if not the same amount of letters as the state.
Arizona. Yeah.
My brain does the way my brain remembers words. I describe this very well to people because it's just accurate, and whether they understand it or not, my brain sees like a blank parchment. Is that what's a word? Parchment.
It is a word.
Okay. Well, that's what's in my head. I don't know what it's called, but I see it, and I see a black word, like black text, and it's blurry. So all I can see is the general size of the word.
Yeah.
And at best, the ends are the clearest because the centers are blurry. So I can see the first and the last letter usually.
Yeah, there was a sign.
So that's how I remember people's names. Anyway, the size is the first thing I can see easily. I know it's the same size as Arizona roughly. So anyway,
I think it's
same with
Phoenix.
California, Sacramento, like the same size, whatever. All right, South Carolina. I have no idea.
I don't have a
Pass.
Charlottesville.
Ooh.
Is
No.
Where's Charlottesville?
Yeah, where is Charlottesville? I think that maybe that's Kentucky.
No, because I think Kentucky's Frankfurt. I'm pretty much thinking
I don't know. But Charlottesville sure sounds like a capital. Maybe it is South Carolina. I don't know.
New Hampshire.
That was my turn. You're bad at
I think you just took because you just asked South Carolina.
You're right. You guessed, and so therefore.
Don't criticize me.
What was it? North New Hampshire?
I think it's New Hampshire.
I don't know.
I don't either.
Rhode Island. I do know this one.
I feel like I should know it.
Just because I know it.
Rhode Island. Rhode Island isn't even an island. It's super landlocked.
It's island that touches other land.
That is the stupidest name for a state.
Yeah, Kansas Island. At least it touches the coast. It'd be stupid if it was completely surrounded.
At least there's roads there. They got that part right. Are there roads in Rhode Island? I guess we'll never know.
RHODE.
Yeah, these roads.
It's not spelled that way.
RODE. Oh, you're right.
RHODE.
Never mind.
Anyway.
I don't know Rhode Island.
Providence.
I think that's right.
That's because if you put Rhode Island together, the size of that blur is the same size as the city. That's how I know that.
Oh man, get the ruler out.
All right. There's probably at least 10 more states. I'm gonna guess there's like 12 or 13 more. That's how I feel.
I don't think there's that many. I think we got almost all of them.
Massachusetts. I know the capital of that one.
Massachusetts.
You know it deep down in your heart. I don't know if you'll remember though.
Boston.
Yep.
No, it is Boston.
Boston, Mass. Oh,
2, 1, 3, 4.
Send it to Zoom.
That's right.
Send it to Zoom.
What a deep memory.
I told you it was in your heart.
Watch it now be Boston. Boston, Mass.
part.
Oh, 2, 1, 3, 4. Gmail. That's when you know songs work because that was like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Freaking Zoom.
I learned something from the show. One of the states. The rest of them I couldn't figure out.
Oh my gosh. I can't believe that.
There are several M states. We did Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts. I think there's a fourth one.
Missouri, Montana.
But they're all Eastern. So I think there's a fourth one that starts with an M.
So we did Delaware. We did New Hampshire. We did West Virginia.
What's
West Virginia?
It has a dumb one, whatever it is. I don't like the capital name. That's why I decided.
Dumb one. West Virginia.
I have no idea.
Hey, any fans who live in West Virginia,
It's
comment what your capital is. Actually, everybody comment what your capital is.
No offense, but everyone knows West Virginia is a garbage state. I think it's the cheapest state to live in.
I really like how that sounded when I blew the mic. Everybody, comment your capital in the audience.
I like how it sounds blown out. It's good.
Yeah, it's like an obnoxious. You can hear a pop filter. That's like rubbing against.
Michigan.
I should know this. Michigan.
I don't know. Oh, I know it. Lansing. Pretty sure it's Lansing.
I'm not convinced, but I believe you.
So Wisconsin, you said already, right?
Cheyenne. No, Wyoming, I think is Cheyenne. I don't know
But you said Wyoming already.
Is Wisconsin Green Bay?
I was gonna say, what about Green Bay? But I was like, that's too easy.
Yeah.
Let's see. There's 3 states in the Michigan area that surround that lake. There's Wisconsin, Michigan, and another one that just sounds the same. Minnesota,
Pennsylvania. We didn't do Pennsylvania yet.
We didn't do Minnesota either. That's what I was thinking. Minnesota. I don't know.
I think it's St. Paul.
Dude, that sounds right.
Minnesota? I think it's
St. Paul is one of them. All right, Pennsylvania. I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure it has the same size as Pennsylvania.
Providence?
Nope. That's Rhode Island.
You're right. No, wait. Pennsylvania.
What I think?
Philadelphia.
I was going to say, whatever it is, it sounds or looks like.
Is it Philadelphia?
I think so, because it looks the same.
I think it's Philadelphia.
It starts with a P. It's all the same length. Ends with an A. So
Holy cow, dude.
That fits it.
We are freaking geographical geniuses. Oh, my God. Yeah, I actually do want to hear what state you're from if you're from America. Or if you're not. What state are you from if you're not from America?
If you're not from America, I don't want to. Don't write.
Yeah, tell me what American state you're from if you're not from America.
We missed some southern states. You said Arizona. You said Utah. New Mexico. That one I think is an easy one, like Mexico City or something.
It's not Mexico City because that's Mexico's capital.
Yeah, well, it has some easy name.
Mexico.
Maybe not.
New Mexico.
I don't know.
Maybe it's another saint one. Albuquerque.
That sounds right.
Albuquerque, New Mexico?
Sounds right.
Take a left hand at Albuquerque.
Okay, there are more southern states.
Louisiana, Baton Rouge.
Southwest.
No, there's not.
There's one more.
We did Arizona. We did New Mexico already. Those are the only south.
There's another one.
Utah,
Texas,
Nevada.
Utah. That may have been the one. I think
We already did Utah, Salt Lake City. Nevada.
There may have been another one, but I don't know.
What's Nevada's capital?
We did that, didn't we? Oh, we didn't.
I don't think we did. I don't think it's Las Vegas.
I don't think so either.
Maybe that one's
What was the state again?
Nevada.
I was thinking about other states.
I think we've pretty much gotten all this.
We haven't gotten them all. But anyway, I don't know. Do you know?
I don't know Nevada.
Okay, now southeast. We missed some. You did Mississippi.
Yep. We did
You did Louisiana. There's a third one. Alabama.
Oh, yeah.
Walmart. That's the capital.
Walmart?
Rock City?
Rock City.
No.
Little Rock.
That's
Arkansas.
There we go.
That's the other one we forgot.
That's
but
right.
Alabama.
That's right by Alabama. That's why I was thinking
Alabama.
Little Rock, Arkansas.
Maybe that one's Carlson City.
Carlson City, Alabama.
Or Carson City. I don't remember. I don't know. I feel, something in my mind's telling me Carson or Carlson or something city.
You said Tennessee, and then you said Kentucky.
Yeah,
West Virginia. Carolinas and the Virginias. We didn't do Virginia.
Virginia. This counts as our game, by the way.
Oh yeah, I said that. I said it's funny how we didn't have a game in here or something about this is the game we didn't.
Yeah.
Whatever. But we're gonna finish on this game. I got nothing. I used to know, obviously, but doesn't mean
Virginia. Concord.
I think it's West Virginia, but Concord sounds like a capital.
I think Concord is one of the capitals, but I don't know where to.
All right, there's probably 2 or 3 states left. I'm thinking above.
We got the Carolinas.
Tennessee, above Tennessee,
West Virginia,
and we did that above
Ohio,
above Tennessee, and below the 3 lake states. So Wisconsin, Minnesota, and Michigan. So between those and Tennessee,
and New York.
So if you drove from here to New York, I think we're missing a state.
I think it's West Virginia.
We did that already.
I know, but we did Ohio. We did West Virginia. We did Indiana.
There it is.
Indianapolis.
That's the one.
I think it's Indianapolis.
Give me a chance to guess next time. I don't think I would have thought of that, but yeah. And you know what? Ohio, I think it is Cincinnati because it's what else is in Ohio? You said that.
Maybe that one's Carson City.
Oh wait, you're talking about Indiana?
No, Ohio. Maybe Ohio's Carson City.
I think it's Indiana. I think it's Cincinnati. Could be wrong, but anyway, yeah. Good job remembering it. It's Indiana. But there's another state that sounds like Indiana, and it's not.
What?
I think, unless I'm confusing the cities. Indianapolis, is that a state?
No, Indianapolis is like the capital of Indiana.
Okay, but I'm pretty sure there's 2.
Okay, you could just go through the song like Alabama, Alaska,
I don't know the
Arizona,
song.
Arkansas, California, Connecticut, Delaware, Florida, Georgia.
We didn't do
Hawaii.
Connecticut. I'll stop you if you hit a state we hadn't do yet.
I forgot the song. That's as far as I can get.
Oh,
My bad.
well, Connecticut. We did Massachusetts, but not Connecticut. It has a weird name, I think, but I have no idea what it is.
Do we give up?
No, do the song again as far as you can go, and I won't interrupt you.
Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, California, Connecticut, Delaware, Florida, Georgia, Hawaii. I don't know the rest of the song.
We did those.
Idaho.
Idaho is the probably maybe that was the other.
Indiana. Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, Missouri, Montana, New Mexico.
I think we missed
York,
2 states.
New Hampshire.
I think we missed one around Indiana, and we missed one on the west side of the country, below Montana, kind of. I think that's where it is.
Wyoming. We got that one.
We did that one. I wonder, someone listening will go through this for us and give us a total of how bad or how good either one of us did. But it's not going to be us. We don't want to go back and be physically pained by, I can't believe he said Albuquerque, and like, we don't want to be pained that way. This was fun either way.
It was fun.
Stupid. I don't know how that came
I'll
about.
be sad if we missed like one state. I think we got them all though.
I don't think so. I do not think we got them all. Do you think we got them all?
To me, it's like
yes
80% that we got it all.
Then you're going to vote yes.
I'm going to vote yes.
I'm going to vote no.
So
that's the final game.
Here's the best part. If there are any fans from the state that we definitely forgot or states we forgot, you guys comment and you guys can say, I hate you guys.
You can comment in all caps and we won't even get mad.
No, you can't.
It's like, well, you did forget.
You forgot completely about Walmart. A whole place that you live in. You forgot you lived in Walmart, Alabama.
Well, at least I said that we forgot a place.
I think we got them all.
I don't. I really don't.
I'm so confident.
Hey, I kind of hope someone goes through all that clerical work to figure out, like, tally up. Zach guessed this many correct. Walter guessed this many correct. Or just give us like an actual count. That'd be wonderful if someone would do that for us.
That'd be so cool.
Either way, thank you guys for listening to a couple idiots. We need to play more games where there's no winner, but just a couple guys making fools of themselves.
Yeah, being dumb.
I'm gonna switch to this last camera here. Thank you guys for listening. It's been fun. I guess you'll listen to us next time.
I like your butts.
Okay, that's the end. Goodbye.
Goodbye.